All right, let's rock.
Okay, so let's start out. Josh, do you remember if we did the capture engine last week? And I'll get my screen showing so everybody can see it here.
What do you mean, did the capture engine?
Did we introduce that to not the content library? Did we introduce that to everybody or?
I don't think so.
All right, well, let's just real quick
And even if we
go through
did, it
that.
was definitely not anything like it is currently.
Yep. So everybody, here's the real estate content library page. You've probably seen us do some blog posts about it. If you're first time you're coming to a session, definitely a page you want to check out. We have it under the tools and utilities section of the site, real estate content library. And there's a bunch of different tabs on here right now. The first one, the most notable one, is this videos tab. And basically what we've done, there's probably about 5 or 10 more we haven't even put up here, is we've created some private label videos that you can use on your websites, that you can upload to your social media profiles, that you can do. You can write content before and after in blog posts. Do an intro for the video, do an outro, and also to offer as something of value as part of your lead capture strategy. So if you want to offer one of these videos, but then have a squeeze page that offers a video on the other side, you're welcome to do that. So in the content library page, the way to use this is just
Hold
to
on,
click
Ryan.
the preview
We
link.
still I think we still get a lot of questions about that. Let me just reiterate what one item that you just said. So, for example, you could take the series of credit videos and create a squeeze page or a web form. Put it on your website, or even make it into a like capture page on your fan page, where you're offering these 7 videos, or I forget how many. I think there's 7 in the credit course.
Yep.
In exchange for their email. And so that's just one of a whole bunch of different ways that you can use this content library. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we've got a couple tutorials I finally got up yesterday about how to use these, how to embed them. I'm just going to go over that real quick. You can watch each video by clicking the preview link. Keep in mind, I'm putting these in the order that we add them. So there's no real rhyme or reason. I'm doing it that way so that anytime you come to this page, you'll be able to see whatever was last added at a glance. And we are adding, at this point, 5 or 10 a week. We might slow that down. You can watch any reel.
Hold on, Ryan. Ryan, your audio just cut out for 10 seconds. You can watch. I think you were just saying you can watch any of them.
Yeah, by hitting the preview link, it'll pop up like all of our videos do in the members area.
Here.
Right? And then if you want to download a video, just right-click on it. And I'm in Firefox. You just click Save Link As, and you'll be able to download it to your computer. And then you'll be able to re-upload it, to your Facebook profile, or if you want to add a pre-roll, post-roll. There's a lot of things you can do there. If you're on Internet Explorer, I believe it's Save Target As when you right-click, but just play around with your options. You'll be able to download the video. To get the embed code, just click here for embed code and copy this into your website. And I have a tutorial here. It shows you how to do some things like making it autoplay, turning on and off the social sharing when people pause the video. Just make sure you watch these 3 videos up here. There's some good, juicy stuff in there that you'll find useful, especially the first one, how to embed, plus a few optional tweaks. Okay, and of course, if you guys have any suggestions for videos you might want, we'll take requests. Just use the support button and let us know what you think might be cool to have, and we'll put it in line there for you. We've got some reports and docs. You've probably seen some of these: our Credit Crusher report, our Homebuyer Handbook. Some motivational quotes that you can use. This one's really cool. We've got it set so it just gives you a random quote every day. It's totally random. And you can just grab that one if you want. If you're at a loss for something to talk about on your fan page, just go ahead and drop a quote on there. See if you can get your fans talking about the quote or liking it.
I didn't even know you did that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's just going to be random every day. And then the stuff down here is just like a little library of stuff Jeff found around the web for us to use. Just some like public domain stuff from some folks. We included our image library, which we've had for a while, as a tab here in the content library. Some of this stuff will only be usable with squeeze pages, like we have our ad images here. I don't know if folks know this, but a lot of our squeeze page templates, we have images you can use out of the box in connection with those. Like this is an ad image. It looks like a video. People can press play. It'll take and you can have that set to go to your squeeze page.
Show that again,
We
because
also
that's
have
awesome.
Oh, the fixer one? Okay.
Well, just show. I mean, this. Too many folks, I'm guessing, don't even know that we have this, and that, like that one in particular, that's just awesome. Like, who's not going to click on that? They see that. How would you not? How would you not click on that? I mean, it's impossible.
Right. So, yeah. So it's got a little arrow to the play button. It's a video. It's an image of a video. You can put this on Craigslist. People press play. They go to your squeeze page where the video auto plays, and then you deliver something of value related to fixer-upper financing. So we have a little library of those ads that you can use. And then we have some arrows here. We like to put these above our order forms to draw your eyes to the most desired action on a page. We've got, this is the one I've been using everywhere. This is my current favorite image ever. We swiped this from one of our favorite internet marketers, but it's just the moving red arrow pointing. Your eyes can't not go there. So you guys can click. All you need to do is just right-click again, copy link location, and you've got the image URL, and you can use that in HTML to call the image. We'll host the image. Feel free to call it into your website. Okay. This section here is our widget section. I've been playing around with making some widgets. I have more to make that I want to make. Here's the, did you know you could invest in real estate with your IRA widget? And the idea is just to like jog it up in people's head and go, wait a minute, and then you could have something below that says, yeah, contact me if you want to, invest in real estate with your IRA. We popped some videos in here, some generic real estate videos in a widget. And here's one that I thought would be fun. Do you like this website? So pop this on your website and see what people say. Anytime you click it.
Make sure you have thick skin.
Yeah, and come to think of it, I don't know. That one might need a little work. I wonder if it's automatically going to know that it's about that website. Sorry, guys. I might not have thought that one through enough, but it's there if you want to put it on your site. So if you have any widget ideas that you'd like to see, let us know. I'll probably be putting more of those in the coming weeks. And then we just got some extra related links here related to content creation. Our friends over at Bring the Blog have an interesting service. We've been meaning to just sort of mention it for folks who want automatic posting, content posted to their blogs. Josh, you've been using this for a little while, right?
Yeah, like a month and a half. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It's totally autopilot. To get the most out of it, you might want to spend like 3 minutes a day sort of customizing it a little bit, but we're not even doing that, and we get search traffic to those blog posts all the time.
What site is that, Josh?
It's on harrisburgpahomes.net, I think.
Okay.
I think we have it posting to 2 places. That one. The blog. Yeah, so that would be an example post.
Yeah. So this is just getting dropped, and you've done a good thing. You're mixing it in with other content. But this is just a generic post that was automatically posted to your site by Bring the Blog service.
Yep.
Pretty cool stuff.
Very affordable, good content, well worth the investment.
Yep. So any resources we know about like that, in addition, we'll put in that tab there for you in the content library. So does anybody have any questions? We've handled a lot of them in the support. I apologize. We added so many videos so fast. Sometimes I had typos in the embed code. I did so many of them. I think I've ironed a lot of those out. But things seem to be working smoothly. But just let us know. Any questions? You seen any, Josh?
No. Well, a widget for a secure loan application. That's a tall order. That I don't think we can make that happen, to be honest.
Yeah, you'd have to create your own form. I mean, to make it secure.
Yeah, you'd have to get either create your own secure form and link it to a widget, or
Yeah, we're not gonna be able to make something that's secure on any site you put it on. But thanks.
Yeah.
uh,
Sorry.
Now, if you need
Sam's
some
here. I don't have any
resources,
other questions. Sorry, Ryan. Go ahead.
yeah, is Sam here?
Yeah, he's here. Unless were you?
Great.
Yeah. Let me. Sam, you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Cool.
Who else we got on the line?
We got a bunch of folks. This is our weekly strategy session, so we probably got a nice handful of people who are members. And I guess I should just introduce you, right?
Sure.
Sam, Sam's sort of a real estate lead generation specialist. He does a whole bunch of stuff. But one of the reasons I reached out to him was because he builds a lot of sites on the Catalyst theme, which is the default website theme, with our awesome real estate websites. And I was hoping, Sam, maybe we could just take a tour of some of the sites he's built to show some of the possibilities, some of the things we could be doing with our sites.
Sure.
Should we just jump right in? Do you want to give me a URL, and maybe I'll just start asking you some questions?
Yeah, let's do the first one with Kendra, because it was a frugal sort of corporate site, and then we can go back into the hyper-local site. So KendraToddGroup.com.
ToddGroup.com?
Yep. A lot of work I do I can't show because it's all under NDAs, non-disclosure agreements. I love it when people put out the best strategies online because I go look at them, and anything that works, I'll steal it immediately and use it. But if people know that I did their site, and they, it's if I was publicly available and you started following me around the internet, all my competitors could figure out what I was doing and try to knock it off.
Sure. So this site right here was built on Frugal, which is basically just an earlier version of Catalyst. It has most of the same features. And the one thing I want to stress to everybody on the call is that you can make a site that looks like this with your awesome real estate website. It is possible.
Yep.
That said, Sam's the man, and he's got a lot of skills. So, I just want to show you what's possible. And Sam, you want to give us a quick tour here?
Yeah, just real quickly. You always want the most important thing to communicate immediately is what your unique selling proposition is, right? Or why you're better or why you're special. And in this case, she's a celebrity, right? And so we used her kind of tagline. She's no apprentice when it comes to real estate. That won't work for everybody, but it's pretty good. Whenever I work with people, I go dig into their statistics and figure out how they're better than their competition. That's one of the first things we do. The second thing, of course, is straight up, right in their face, buyer. It's buyer's home search, because that's what most people want. So that makes a lot of sense. Then right underneath are three sort of feature product and service buttons. You'll see these a lot on sites that are selling some software or something, right? You've got sort of a primary message, the main thing, and then underneath are the three or smaller things. In her particular case, these were the three things that she thought would capture leads the best. And then, of course, we just doing those social media icons to look cool. They didn't really, don't really do anything there for us.
Right. So you've got a landing page. You've got the search for homes is like the main core lead capture offer, right?
Yep.
And then you've got three sub offers.
Yep.
Very
for return visitors. And I'll show you. So there you're doing straight, like you're offering stuff. When we go to the next site, I'll show you how you sort of balance that with friendly, accessible, live information blog stuff.
Sure.
In this design, now she wanted a real corporate, straightforward design. So the real balance on any of these sites is looking professional, like a real professional expert, but not too slick. And at the same time, being accessible, right? A lot of blog sites, they look very accessible, but they don't make you look like you're the top professional in that community. So we always try to strike a real balance between looking really professional, but still accessible and friendly. Does that make sense? I think that's the easiest way to say it. You're a professional expert, but you're friendly and accessible.
Looking too slick has never been a problem for me or any of the sites I've built, but I guess I see what you're saying. You don't want to look too... you want the site not to have too rigid of a personality, maybe, to turn off certain people?
That's true, or just the whole design, you don't want it to look kind of sloppy. Of course, it kind of depends on your market, but generally we find that if you can remain friendly, sort of Web 2.0-ish, but not be just Web 2.0 with all the icons and things, but look instead like somebody who handles $1 million properties, you'll be more likely to get $1 million properties.
Gotcha. So
sure. And that's reflected here. It's reflected. You see a nice big font size and big blue background, which conveys stability. Click on one of the pages, maybe. Maybe it'll services, maybe.
Things go a little slow.
Yep.
When we get on
or the about agents page, if you find an agent page.
Yeah, here we go.
People like those, and that's kind of a nice mix of stuff. And just click any of those characters.
So what we're looking at here is a full width page in Catalyst or Frugal, right?
Mm-hmm. It's about 1,000 pixels wide. It's bigger than most sites.
Right.
And the reason we do that is so the image and font size can be bigger, because if your font size is bigger, it's easier to read. If it's easier to read, people will read more of it. If they read more of it, you're communicating more effectively to them. Just like if you present information on a page in video and text, you appeal to people depending on how they like to receive information. In her case, we're doing a little more corporate, so it's a little smaller than I usually do. But here you can see sort of a nice decent size and a nice sort of balance. It doesn't look like a typical bio page.
Right. For font size, what would you say? 14, 15?
I go up 16 or 18.
Okay.
Yeah, 14. Okay. If like she's dealing with a lot of bankers, so it's 14. It's a little smaller. 12. It's a little smaller.
Great. So for anybody listening who has their Awesome Real Estate website, if you go into the Content tab under Dynamic, right, Sam, I think there's an option about halfway down the page where you can control the content of the body. And what we're talking about is setting that instead of being 12, 14, something small, go ahead and try 16 and 18 to make things more readable.
Yep.
And then this page is just the normal. You've got sort of a sidebar here that flows on every page. Is that right?
Yep. With WordPress, you can actually have different widgets on different pages. So in this case, we're just being pretty simple, right? We're putting out her main lead capture, distressed email property alerts, and your home's value. But a lot of times we get, if it's a page about selling, the widgets are very specific to the selling process. And same thing with buyers.
Right.
And, you can see they're all sort of friendly. Now, they're not totally, cutesy icons. There's a little bit of sophistication to them. But they're still friendly.
Cool. So for the design, just a quick question, just so people know what's going on here, it looks like you set the background to be a certain color, and then you created a header that matched that color?
Yes.
Okay. So under body, you set the background to this color. Remember, folks, you can use, if you're in Firefox, you can use ColorZilla to do what I'm doing right now. I just click this little pen down at the bottom, and we can sort of tell what color is being used here. And then we could create a banner that matches our background color. Just a quick tip. So how did you create the header? Did you design it, or?
I just had a graphic designer do it.
Great.
And then that graphic is that's just uploaded as a logo. The logo. We made it full width, and then there's a logo. And then we used a hook to put that little search form over on the right side. That's a little more complicated process.
Yeah, and in Catalyst you can just upload a header image, right? I just said that. Right. So,
yeah, you make your logo. You make your logo inside your header graphic, right? So it's one big graphic.
Yep.
And then you adjust the sizes a little bit to make it so the logo can go all the way across, and you just upload the logo / header.
Yeah. So for my money, being a hack designer myself, I always found that just picking a color scheme and making a new background with a header, having a header image designed, is a real short, quick way to sort of punch up your site from a design perspective.
Yep. A nice thing, if you want to do it even easier, you create a logo with a transparent background. Any designer can do that really easily. And then you just make the header transparent.
Yep.
And so the header area will look the same as the big background color. No fuss, no muss, and upload your logo.
Where do we get a cheap header or logo? Where do you go for that?
Not so cheap, but you get a really nice range is someplace like 99 Designs. I get a lot of outsourcing done on Odesk. 99 Designs is very cool because you essentially hold a contest, and you'll get anywhere from 10 to 30 designers all creating new logos for you, and then you can pick and choose. In fact, a lot of times my clients will reject 10 logos that I like, and I'll go use them somewhere else and just contact the designer directly. Or you can scan through existing contests, find something you like, and then pick it out.
Great.
Now, if you're not, let me say one caveat. If you're not an artist, I found that people a lot of times have really bad taste. Like spacing and color and the kind of font size you use, it's a real art thing. So a lot of times I have clients that all the stuff here looks really nice, but I have a lot of people that'll try to do their own logo, and it's just awful. Or they'll try to match colors and they just can't. In that case, you need somebody that has a good artistic eye to tell you yes and no, or this way or that way, and they can do it pretty fastly, pretty quick. If you got to pay them, that works pretty well. You just pay them a little bucks to just give you some real quick feedback, and you'll get something a lot better than just trying to guess on your own because you like it.
I want a logo for under $100 today, like a new header. I don't need like some, I don't need the best of the best, but I want something sharp. Where would you go?
Hey, what's up, it's Josh.
I would go here, and I would look here, and I would identify anything online with any other company that you really like.
Okay.
And then
so you want something like that?
Yeah, like say Retweet. If you're RE Baltimore, and then you want to put Real Estate Baltimore under it, yep. You tell me that, and I tell the graphic designer what to do, and done.
Gotcha. Okay. Have you ever used Josh, what do we use, $20 banners here and there?
Yeah, but that's for banners. Oh, sorry, hold on.
Josh?
Sorry, I had muted myself out. That's for banners, though. I mean...
Okay, so header design,
I don't think it would
be. Designs.
Yeah, I would say that would be better.
Okay, so I'll put it out there to any members. If you go and have a design done, and you have a header done, and you need help popping it into your site, we'll do that through the support area. Just so you know, you don't have to get muddled. If you need help navigating Frugal, we'll do that, or Catalyst.
Yep. You never need to reinvent something. You find something that's really good that somebody else paid thousands of dollars to develop, and then you tell somebody else, I want something like this. It's the easiest way to get the highest quality stuff.
Okay, so a little bit of modeling. 99designs.com.
Yep.
Good. Okay. And then this right side here is probably just the header right widget, right?
Yep.
Like the header right. So we set it up so out of the box our sites have a bunch of custom widgets set up, so that folks, basically hook something above content, the money spot here, above, below sidebars, and everybody on the call, you can do stuff with your header right widget. What I'm always baffled, from testing and stuff, I find that this area of the site doesn't get a lot of play. Maybe it's just the site's out. What would you recommend putting up here? Is that just the search box?
I would do a really big phone number. A really big phone number says call me, and it's friendly, right? If your phone number is small and hidden, it immediately sends the wrong message. To have multiple ways of contacting you on every sort of page or section of the page, like if they scroll down, is a really good idea, because you always have 3 or 4 lead capture or contact things in front of them.
Okay. So, but we know we're not going to get a lot of clicks up at the very top right there, so it's good to put contact in. Okay.
Yep. And that's sort of a standard. I mean, psychologically, people's eyes go to your logo at the top left corner to see if you're legit. and a lot of times they'll flick over to the right to see what's up there, either phone number or in the case of like retail sites, like security icons are good. And then you drop, and then they start to drop down and read left to right, top to bottom, just like you read in the book. Right now, even this is a little confusing because their eyes are going to go right to her picture, and they kind of get distracted by icons at the front, and they flip back. I've actually had a lot better general lead capture rate when the sidebar is on the left, or if a menu is on the left, because they can't ignore it. It's their eyes are almost always drawn to it first. The only time I stick it on the right is if I want a big graphic or video to capture their attention first. Like if I want them to read the content first, I put that on the left. If I want to make sure they see my lead capture form, then I stick that on the left.
I've been thinking about doing a left sidebar in for Reticulous.com, and the one thing I worry about is maybe I'm just way off. Will that hurt from an SEO perspective, or is there anything to watch out for? Because won't the search engine scan that first?
They will scan it first. This is a little complicated. People talk about load time. Well, basically, if your site is a high authority site, Google will spend a little more time spidering it than it will if it's just a brand new site. So it's probably not a problem. I mean, they're indexing everything so fast now. I wouldn't think it'd be a problem at all.
Okay. So I think in Catalyst, you just go to move your sidebar to the left side. It's very quick and simple, right? You just go to, maybe you can help me out, Sam. You go to
you go under Catalyst, and then it says, I'd have to, if I logged in, I could show you easier, but content, and then it'll say double sidebar right, double sidebar left, one sidebar left, one sidebar right.
Yeah, so anybody who wants to do that, move their sidebars around, I think just a good little tidbit. Let's just pop in there real quick and we'll just do it here.
I had a credit repair site. The registration doubled when I stuck it up in the top left.
Okay. Well, I think we're going to play with that on Reticulous.com and let everybody know how that goes, just internally. And then, right, so we went to core options under Catalyst, content, and then right here, default site layout, you can actually start to play around and switch your sidebars around.
Yep, okay. This is an awesome theme.
Yeah, Catalyst, yes.
It lets you do so much. The only thing, like I said, is a lot of people, and it's not their fault. I mean, it's a lot of folks, they may be good at real estate, but they're just not copywriters, and writing is a tricky thing, or they're just not artists, and art, to get it to feel just right, is a difficult thing. Or they're just not tech savvy and just can't stand to click around the back end of the menus. A lot of times people just need some quick advice.
Yeah, that's why I'm excited to have you today, because we've got a wide range of people using these sites, and what we provide a shell, something that is designed to work. It's very simple, but we do get a lot of questions about customization and what's possible. So is there anything else you wanted to point out on this site, or did you want to go?
Not on that one.
Okay.
This was done like 3 years ago.
Okay.
I think. And then she went off into REO land. Otherwise, we were going to do a big bunch of agent training stuff, kind of the same stuff you guys are doing. The REOs are too seductive, though.
Yeah, quick money.
Which is a good point. You always need to, I get a lot of people ask me to develop a website, and I basically say no. Because I say, well, what makes you better than your competition? Who is your competition online? And they don't really have any idea. Why are you better than your competition? They don't have any idea. And so I'll end up, I can drive traffic, I can generate leads, I can do all kinds of things, but I can't solve the fundamental problem of making you better than your competition, or, being a better business person.
Right, and a lot of what we're playing with is trying to develop those core lead capture offers, I guess.
Yep.
Whatever you want to call it, your niche focus. And you're saying the design of your site starts from there, and I agree with that, right?
Yeah, well, a lot of times we'll go. I've got a 33-step process. I started into a book and I was going to publish it, but I got sidetracked. But it's basically market research. You look online to see who you're competing with. You say, well, that guy's design is this way, or they're communicating this, or they're communicating that. And there you have a good starting point to know what you should write and how you should design to be better than them. And we do that before we even get into the design. Because, for example, say you're in a market where there are guys who look real sort of down home and friendly, right? But you know that they're very expensive, multi-million-dollar homes, and that's the market you want to approach. Well, then your site has a totally different design than it would look like for investment properties or farm properties or something else. So everything is really driven by your strategic position in the marketplace, right? I'm trying to stay away from jargon words, right? But that's the first step. And everything comes out of there. Your logo will look different. Your colors will look different. Your font size will look different depending on who you're targeting and who your competition is for that market. Yep.
Right.
Try Chandro Group.
Okay, you're right. Yep.
This is a site I'm working on right now for he's an REO broker, does lots of stuff. So, and this is all on Catalyst.
Right. So
in this case,
the same theme everybody else out there is working with, you could make a site that looks like this. In theory.
Yep. In this, we're going back to this idea. Who do people really want to hire? In my experience, they want to hire somebody who's local. They want to hire somebody who's an expert, and they want to hire somebody that they like. So, if that's our starting point, how do we communicate that? Right? The first thing, okay, let's say we take local. Now, a lot of blogs do this very well. They post blog posts that are, local information. They've got maybe some community stuff. Maybe they have pictures of their community. And you can see how we've taken that to a super on steroids degree here. In this case, we made the background, a lot of the backgrounds of Catalyst transparent and put up one big image. This is a well-known...
As we scroll down, everybody, you can see back here is the image. This is the background image. And I can actually do view background image, and I'll see this is set as the background of the body page. It's easy enough to do by just uploading the image and then setting it under the body options. Go ahead. Yep. Sorry, Sam.
That's okay. Then you can see our buttons incorporate graphics that are actual photos. If you go to any one of these pages, we're putting up a different background image. So, for example, if I'm on the buyer page, or let's click the About page. The About page has a different look and feel to it.
You're about to get me excited. You're saying that our background image is about to change on us? Let's see.
Yep.
How did you do that?
There's a little plugin. There's a little WordPress plugin called Custom Post Background.
Cool.
And you can set the background for every different page or post that you want.
Very cool.
Yep.
And you've got the Facebook comments over to the right. That's neat. Sorry.
Yep. And, see how much more, it's a little smaller on screen, but see how much more powerfully that communicates that you're local. Instead of this little local image being embedded inside this little white box in the center, right, the whole visual element of the background hits them right away. This guy is local. Bam.
Right. If you live there, you're going to recognize this scene.
Yep. Try the blog page. And all you got to do is go out and take photos with a decent camera. Or take them off the internet somewhere. Oop, that's not it. Maybe media. There's another one of a real nice beach. I actually did this because another website I was doing for a drug and alcohol treatment recovery center, right? Those places are usually like in hospitals and freaking depressing. And this place is in Costa Mesa, California, and they had beautiful pictures of the girls and the homes that they lived in. And it was like the website should be like, a window. It shouldn't be a flyer brochure. It should be a window into what's going on. So there's a whole different dramatic visual impact here that I really love and really make you stand out. Let's go back to the home page, and now let's address how he positions himself as an expert.
I like the start here for the home page. I never considered that language. So it sort of reorients where to go. Yep.
Yep. You know, a lot of times what I like to put is step 1, step 2, step 3 at the top. Like who we are, step 1, who we are, step 2, how we're better, step 3, what people say, step 4, will you like us?
Right.
So I don't work for a lot of companies, and it's in some ways you just need to communicate what you do, why you're better than the competition, simple chart or photos will do, what people say so they know if they can believe you, and then finally, will they like you, right? Isn't that what we want when we hire people? Somebody that's the best, somebody that we can trust, and somebody that we'll like doing business with. It's almost that simple. 4 pages, 5 pages on a website can almost do it.
Yep. So before you start getting into content that incubates.
Yep. Now, here, to position him as an expert, of course, we have a very slick design. And this is, we're using the shadowing around the boxes. We've made the big background transparent, and then each one of these boxes has a shadowing, right? I could give you a code, and you could go into and just pop the code in, and your sidebars and widgets would take on this sort of shadowing, which it makes it a lot more sophisticated than if it's just like a black line, right?
Yep.
So that's what we're going for.
So folks might not be able to see that, but it's about 5 pixels wide, right, all the way around.
Yep. To also position it as an expert, we're using book covers. You can see, you know, if you're trying to figure out who's an expert in anything, what do you generally think? Well, it's the person that wrote the book or is on a TV show, right? So I thought to myself, well, this guy's a HUD property expert, but he doesn't have a book written. So, well, why wait for the book to come out? I'll just make him a real slick book cover. He's been screwing with this page right now.
Yep.
So click on under services, click on the services page, and I'll show you at least one of those things.
Make an offer online now, or
no? All services or services will get you the same place. Okay. So here's the beach background. So again, it doesn't look like a blog site, right? It's very friendly. Notice the big phone number, the social media icons, the Facebook, and the text is still big, but it's professional, right? We've got only a couple colors going on, 3 colors total, right? And here's the list of services. Click on Asset Management link. It's at the top, number 1. The little blue link. There you go. Now, ideally, I'd have this in accordion. Now, here's how you communicate that you're better than somebody else. First up, big headline. Proves it right there. Shandor Group sells REOs for 105% of the listing price in an average of 30 days. Wow, there's the benefit statement, right? Then you have him on the book cover, so boy, he sure looks like he's an expert. And then, this page isn't finished, but then I just threw in this little paragraph of text. Sometimes I do bullet points, right? Then if you drop down, there is a comparison chart. So say you're doing a listing site, and you know most agents, you know what they're going to roll in with, right? Their fancy listing package from their Prudential brokerage or whatever. But you do all these other things. Well, you just got to communicate that clearly. So in this case, he does 100 things where everybody else does 30, and so we just pop in a chart. It's not done yet, but where he is yes, 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 and they're all no, 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 maybe, 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 maybe.
What did you use to make the chart?
This is another plugin. I could dig it up. I forget the name of it. That's something that I have trouble with, right? Because if you go create a little chart with MCE tab or MCE chart plugin, the format gets messed up a lot. So you got to find that this plugin kept the formatting from the website and allows you to create the charts in this little back end area. And then you just pop the short code in so you can move them around.
I drive myself creating images of this.
Yeah.
Create an image and then post the image there, but it always looks bad, of course. Yeah.
Yep, in any one of these lines here, same-day occupancy inspection and yes and no, in any one of these columns, instead of words, you can click and put a link to a graphic.
Gotcha.
It's a big check mark, check mark, check mark. Yep.
Wonderful. I'll hit you up for that after the call.
Sure. So now, there's another thing, right? So you had your benefit statement, You got your book cover, so now you're the expert. You laid out a comparison chart. What's the one other thing they're going to want to know? Can I believe this? And that's when you intersperse testimonials and end with the call to action. Like a lot of times, you've seen squeeze pages. Well, these can work if done in a sophisticated way on a website. So you can have your big benefit headline, a paragraph of text, insert a testimonial in the middle and a call to action button, then another couple paragraphs of text, their call to action button. But if it's done in typical squeeze page, like, internet marketer design and sloppy,
the way we do it,
it'll turn a lot of people off. Yeah, if you're going like in the main line here with this $1 million homes, you do any of that, people will bail immediately. They just instinctively don't trust it. Now, there are a lot of people that do, but at a different spectrum. So what you want to do is balance out the hype with some real sophistication, and then you get a nice medium.
Another nice thing about this, so everybody, he's saying this can function. It's a page on your website, but it can function as a lead capture page. And the other really nice thing about this is that Google will like this page. You won't have any issue if you want to use pay-per-click. It'll get crawled, right, Sam? You'll be able to drive traffic from AdWords. If you try to drive traffic to a squeeze page from Google AdWords, Google's going to throw it out, basically.
Ooh, and here's something really cool about Catalyst. I could go into Catalyst, and I could change to a lead capture, a squeeze page format, and the entire header on this page would disappear.
Right.
So they can't bail out of it easily. And
right.
It's a sophisticated squeeze page.
I forgot about that. That's just a switch now, right, with the latest update.
Yep.
We got to do trainings on that. Okay. All right.
Yep. And I was gonna do like 15 different kinds of pages on here. And then, so you just kind of copy those.
Yeah. Cool.
Like in some cases, what I would do is just a sidebar, right? Or I'd just do a page that was maybe about half the size of this page and kill the sidebar. What that would do is let all the big, beautiful background image really stand out.
Yeah. Yep.
So like on the about page, right? The about or the agent profile would be in, say, it'd be just a 3-inch wide body text area, like over on the left underneath the logo, and the rest the big picture of all the staff would show through, them having fun,
Yeah.
Friendly but professional. Let's try stories. Click on that because I love that page. I'll show you one others. Okay, number one mistake people do is not collect testimonials. A lot of times I work with people, I'll say, we can't talk until you collect 10 or 20 testimonials. Now start scrolling here. It's pretty hard, if you scroll down this page, to not think that this guy is the absolute best real estate agent in the history of the world. And imagine if these photos were videos, and then right underneath the text was a button that said hire Mark or contact Mark, or there was another button that said contact Joanna about Mark directly. And when the visitor clicks that, how many people allow their visitors or prospects to contact their client base, like 10 or 20 or 40 people, right? Right off a website publicly. That's pretty freaking, you must have some balls to really be legit to do that. So, of course, when they click it, a little email form pops up, and then that email gets sent to you first, which means that you decide whether you want to forward it on to that person or not. Now, I know some people who have started responding, bragging about themselves for themselves, which isn't exactly cool. Just like if you, in my early days, this was 5 years ago when I was young and trying crazy stuff, I used to put a live chat box in the sidebar, like Amiibo free chat box, and I would log in from 3 different browsers, and when somebody would land on a page, I would of course know that they were at that page because they'd enter the chat box, and then I would start chatting with myself about how great I was or how eager I was to buy that exact same property that they were looking at.
You had time on your hands.
Yeah, I don't know if that ever worked or not, but it was fun. Again, here, pretty sophisticated little design.
can you speak to the live chat a little bit? What do you think of live chat on a site? Is it? We worry sometimes that people hit our live chat link and we just can't always be around, and it makes us look bad.
Yep. Zofim, I think Zofim now and Olark, and more coming out with this feature, but it allows you to monitor it from your smartphone.
Right. Oh, Olark, you can
and if
do
you have
that?
a team of agents, you have like Olark. I like Zopim. Yep.
We're using Olark. I didn't know we could set it up on our smartphone.
I don't know if Olark does it yet, but Zopim definitely does.
Olark does. All you need to do, most of these work with your Google Chat,
Yep.
And you can get Google Chat on any smartphone. You just tie the two together and you've got it. Josh, it's the last thing you want in your life.
Yeah, as I was saying it, I was thinking that, but
your wife will divorce you.
Yeah.
My wife pretty much cut me off from. The kids take my cell phone at the dinner table now.
Yeah.
So I'm struggling with it as well. But the nice thing is, any of your team members or agents or anybody you want can hook into it and then monitor it. And it's like they also have little proactive scripts that you can set up. So if somebody comes to a specific page, you can after they've been there 30 seconds, a little message will pop up saying, "Hey, are you interested in whatever it is specific to that page?" And I'd always have that little thing sitting there.
Okay.
And then if you want to use like Meebo, you can embed any number of just live chat boxes just in the sidebar and let people chat with each other if they want.
Cool. Maybe we'll try that out. Okay. So.
Yep.
So that's a nice little tour. I don't want to let the time get away with us. I know, Josh, do you have any questions there or any comments from people?
Somebody had asked on the Chandro, the blog, it looked like currently was just populating listings. Is that right?
On the home page, we put up, we haven't really optimized this. There's a little plugin called Blog in Blog, which means that you could create a page that says listings, and then you put the little shortcode in, and then any blog post you create that's a listing blog post will go to that page. And then you can create another page that, I use this if somebody's like really stressed about content, you can create you have a page that says buying, and a page that says selling, and a page that says latest news, and a page that says listings. And then all they do is post on their blog, and if they categorize it, depending on how they categorize it, it'll show up as those pages. And those pages all they're all basically blog pages. But each page only shows one category.
Gotcha.
I tend to talk really fast and throw out a lot of information, but let me know if I need to slow down.
No,
yeah, right now it's just stupid listings.
And you're using the Realbird plugin here, which is cool.
Yep.
I shouldn't open my mouth. All of our members have Realbird access, and there is a Realbird plugin that we don't have installed just because it complicates things a little bit. Maybe we'll get it installed. But basically, this post shows all the nearby listings, right? To this property.
Yep. You want me to show them the DSID Express for SEO?
Yeah.
That's the cheapest, best thing for SEO like ever.
Yep, I know. I used it personally in my practice. Sure. Where am I going?
Hit the home page.
Okay.
The DSID Express is a plugin from a home search company that pulls IDX listings into your blog.
Yeah, it's actually installed in our Awesome Real Estate websites. Everybody, it's there waiting for you. You need a diverse solution. Yep.
That's so important because a lot of IDX services, they haven't structured their pages or their URLs or anything else to be search engine friendly. So, but the DSID Express it's about like $35 a month or something. So what I do is I install it on sites for search engine value. Like go ahead and type in site:PAHouseQuest.com and see how many pages are currently indexed. Like you'll hear a lot of people talk, I want to get my pages indexed in Google. I got 300, I got 500. We got 37,900. And at one time it was up to 9,000 on this site. And this is like a test site that I was like totally screwing around with. We were getting, in 3 months, we were getting 300 unique visitors a day who were searching for specific property addresses.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, this is what we talked. This is a lot of what Eric Bramlett talked about a month ago. We had an IDX guy on, and about diverse solutions came up then. Basically, you can set it up so you have individual pages for every listing in your database, right? Is that?
Yep. Yeah, you could click on that Long Beach, and it should. It's not populating for some reason, but click on the list. Or go to PA HouseQuest. This is my friend's site I'm messing with right now. Now, little design changes to make a huge difference. So look at how, this kind of looks crappy compared to the last one. Here I got a little slideshow going with testimonials. Ooh, there's a list. Yeah, scroll down. So in this case, I've made a widget. Whoop, where'd it go?
What are we looking for? This one?
No, I had a bunch of DS ID Express things installed here. If you scroll down, they're all underneath. I saw them flash for a minute and they disappeared. There it is. Whoop, whoop, yep, there it is. Whoop, where'd it go?
I'm sorry, my computer's. You're talking about this stuff? You're probably.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. So each of these is an individual widget that I've told to pull in the latest properties for each one of these towns. Now, because they're on the home page, they constantly make the home page change, and they get spidered first. They get spidered usually faster. And if they get spidered faster than even some of the big guys, sometimes they'll end up way above Zillow or Realtor.com or Truly or any of those. When I had a stripped down site where it just had these pages. See how clean this property results page is? There's nothing else on it hardly. I was either in the 1 or 2 spot for almost every single page. I was beating out Trulia, Zillow, all of them. Because basically, Google was finding them first, and then they were scraping them, and they were looking and comparing. And if you look at a lot of the big company sites, they have a lot of duplicate content on them, all in the sidebars and the ads and packed with all kinds of crap. These were just flat property information. And then some other time we'll talk about a lot of tricky things we did with this data. But this is a nice way to use it. The problem with this is that it doesn't capture leads. So do a search there. See the sidebar? This is the IDX broker search.
Well, now you're getting crazy, but okay.
So we use the diverse solutions for SEO value, but then real quick we want to get people onto our IDX broker search because that's the one that captures the leads, forces lead capture. Yeah, pick one. Any big one will do it. Philadelphia. Now watch how the format's going to totally change. Now this is a custom. I did some custom IDX broker. The real. I've done just for information purposes. I've looked at probably 89 different IDX providers. My brother's own Tiger Lead. I've looked at. I've gone all through Boomtown and all these other systems, diverse solutions, everything out there. And I chose to work with IDX broker in this case because it's cheap, like $39 a month. And it had a good back-end system, and it let me customize. And, what do a lot of people want to look at? Pictures of homes. Click on that property.
This is, by the way, right behind where I lived in Philly last.
Cool.
Yeah.
So the basic design here is just like we talked about. You want it to have big text, be real friendly, and have big pictures of homes. And if you click on one of them, it should open up this big gallery where the pictures are 7 inches by 4 inches, and people can get a good look at them.
Yep. And so we're getting hit up for contact info now when we look at the picture. That's pretty cool.
The best the best scenario we found is you let people see what they're going to get. So they see this results page as much as they want. And in fact, I should hide the address or something on this because then they'd have to go to the details page, right? And when they've seen 2 details pages, then we require registration.
So view photo gallery 12, this is pretty cool. They see 2 pictures, then you require registration.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, again, I I can't customize everything I want about it. It drives me nuts because a lot of these search companies don't. I mean, they're done by programmers, right? So the user interface isn't done well.
And they're trying to. Oh, this is actually on their server now. PA HomeQuest. It's not.
Yeah.
PAHomeQuest.com. Okay, so I don't want to, again, with the time, we don't want to get too far out. Let's see. Josh, are you seeing any other questions there? Is anybody else?
Somebody had asked if he had an example of a single agent site. Like a couple of the things were kind of like team sites. I don't know that it would look that much different, but...
Nope, doesn't look any different. Just a team site, I would, it just has different content.
Right.
But
and I don't even follow this. I must have missed something. But on his expert page is something that said he does online offer system.
Yes.
Okay.
Submit an offer online.
Oh. No, there you go. Okay.
Well, I write a lot about real estate, and I'm pushing out. We're piloting some really unique programs that would, lock down 100% of the listing. If you go to a listing presentation, it's a slam dunk. And I spend so much time looking at different stuff. We've kind of incorporated stuff from Matt Jones' favorite agent strategies to some other, just really unique things. I'd be happy to talk more about them sometime. I mean, if I have a 2,000 person contact list, I can have every one of those people think I called them personally once a week if I wanted.
Wow.
And I would never even pick up the phone. I have a dialer system that lets me call somebody. Actually, my Filipino girls call people at $4.50 an hour. And when people aren't home, which is 95% of the time, as soon as the message machine kicks on, they select from a drop-down menu 20 pre-recorded voicemail messages in my voice, whichever one they want for any kind of situation. They click it. They click a corresponding email message, and that gets left on the machine while I'm on to the next call. So I don't need to stammer and stutter, making up a new message, taking a minute to 2 minutes for each call. Those calls get made, in a few seconds. That activity happens in a few seconds. I don't even need to be there.
Sam, did you say something different?
Kicker, we were calling like 10,000 people, and they all thought this NFL pro kicker had called them and left a message in their machine. Hey, this is Phil. I'm the kicker for the Cleveland Browns. We're, blah, blah, blah. This is beautiful. Like say Monday.
Hey, Sam, can I stop you for a second? Right? Sam, hold on.
Monday, the person gets a message from you. And it's, hey, this is Joe. I'm the owner of XYZ. I'm the broker at XYZ. Just thinking about you and your family. No need to call me back. Now, 2 weeks later or a week later, hey, they get another message. Hey, this is Joe. There's some interesting things going on in the market with mortgage rates. I'm just thinking this might affect you. Why don't you give me a call? Then maybe they do, maybe they don't. 2 weeks later, they get another call. Hey, this is Joe. Something just happened. I'm really concerned about your mortgage. Can you give me a call now? Talk about like how many real estate agents, your agents do mailings like once or twice a year. If you want to stay top of mind with people, you can put in a nice friendly phone call to them once a month. And then a non-pushy, real friendly kind of just thinking about you way.
Can we stop for 1 second? 1 second.
Usually that takes too much time. It's not this system.
Go ahead, Josh.
Did somebody change their audio? I'm getting crazy echo, and it's making my head explode. Did someone change something they were doing with their audio?
Must be Ryan.
Is it? Am I the only one hearing it? It just happened like a minute ago.
I don't know.
Seems like it's fine now. No, it's not.
Probably not.
Geez. I don't know why that would have started happening all of a sudden. Anyway,
Ryan,
sorry, I
type
guess
in
we'll
East
just
Bay
have to deal
Homes
with it.
while we're sitting here and see what happens. If for people on the call, does this stuff make sense? I mean, I keep this stuff pretty close to the vest and only work, usually with, very specific people, friends, partners, I haven't tried to mass market or any of this stuff. But I'd be curious if people think it's helpful. This is another, a big background image site with just a little different configuration, search Formify. Videos. You guys probably talked about videos, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's got two press embedded with a bunch of videos. So I need to clean this one up a bit.
Yeah, very cool though.
Even, sometime I'd be happy to come on a call, and if anybody wants to put themselves out there, I can look at a site and pretty much size it up in about 5 minutes, tell them what to do.
Yeah, that might
Or
be fun. Maybe we'll schedule a session for that soon. Yeah, as long as we usually try to keep these around an hour. So I don't know if anybody else has any other questions. I would probably close out by saying we'll put the recording of this up with Sam's contact info, right? If anybody wants to reach out to you or has any questions, we'll put it in the members area. Do you have a site, samingersoll.com, Sam, or something you want to point people to?
SamIngersoll.com is fine. It's a little sloppy, but I don't have time to mess with it. But I'll clean it up. I'm always I change it about when I start goofing with it, I change it about every hour, trying to figure out something else or trying something else.
I know the feeling. I know the show. So
you'll see my books and speeches and all kinds of stuff here, but I'll have a page for real estate, maybe under what I do.
Okay.
And then they can.
Josh, anything else? Anything else on the question front, Josh? Or
did you share that dialing platform? What that was?
Oh, right. Yeah, what is that, Sam? Is it?
Sure, it's called InsideSales.com.
And what's this going to cost somebody at ballpark? I know it probably depends on
I think the minimum, it depends on how you use it. I think the minimum setup is something like $1,500. This might be something that you could get an account. You could get an account, and then people could just schedule time. Multiple people can use it.
Cool.
People could schedule an hour or two and make, in an hour you can make 120, 60 calls in an hour. Or you could have outsourcers make calls for people. I thought about that.
Pretty cool. Maybe we'll do a cold calling strategy session. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, and if you, one more tip, unlockthegame.com. I signed up as an affiliate for all of these, so I'm happy to share that link. You can go right there. Unlock the Game. This guy, Ari Galper's stuff is the most simple, cool, powerful way of making calls, and you'll never feel like crap about making cold calls again. He has a kid with Down syndrome like mine, so we connected over that. But it's when I call people, here's what I do. Hi, this is Sam. I was wondering if you could help me. Throws people immediately off. They're like, huh? What? Who are you? Say, well, I help people solve problems related to selling their home. And I was wondering if you'd be open to hearing some new ideas. Right? There are lots of, this is just a quick overview, but there are lots of words like I'm calling to follow up. I wanted to see if you want more info. I don't care who it is, and if the thing is great for them, it's going to send up an immediate flag in their minds. And what do you want to do when you hear that? Get off the phone. You can't. Everybody wants to get off the phone. So he has a whole bunch of different words and phrasing that you can use, like we solve problems related to, or I'm open to. Are you open to hearing? Open to hearing is easy, right? Not no. I'm calling to follow up business. I was wondering if you could help me. Throws people immediately off the, this is a typical sales call. And then I never, ever use typical sales language like, well, let's, overcome objections and push to a meeting. right? I always put it back in their lap, even if I have to sit there and be quiet until they say. A lot of times they'll say, "What are you selling? Why should I hire your company?" I say, "I don't know. I don't know that we're a good fit at all." And that immediately relaxes them, because I'm not a typical sales guy. I'm not using that typical language. I don't know if I'm not selling anything. I don't know if I can. I really don't know if I can help you at all. We have some unique solutions to X, Y, and Z, and I could show you them, but.
Yeah, we just opened a whole new can of worms, Sam. We're going to have to get on our cold can course in the next few weeks.
I just like to share stuff. I pretty much work by myself in my office.
I'm sure, knowing our crowd, and we do this every week, I'm sure people are having a good time today. This is right in line with what we like to do. So, lots of new stuff, lots of fun. I think it's probably me, just for personal reasons, I'm cutting you short, so I apologize for that. No
problem.
Josh, was there anything else over there?
There was just one question about IDX Broker, if they have something that you could embed in a fan page.
Oh. Hey, if you're interested, no, they don't. But what I want to do, watch this. I want to customize their results and details page, and there's forms so that they fit in a 520 pixel width area.
Yep.
And I'm going to create a Catalyst design that's 520 pixels wide, so you get all the functionality of WordPress in your Facebook fan page, and an IDX search within that fan page.
Yep, and you're going to frame that right into the fan page.
You got it. Yep.
Yeah, good stuff. Everybody keep that in the back of their heads. That is very possible. Same along those lines, you can actually take your capture engine pages, your squeeze pages on our platform, keep those all one column and do the same thing. iframe them into your fan page.
Aha.
You're going to have to do a training on that now, Ryan, now that you said that.
Yeah, there's like 6 more every day. Yep. We'll get it on the list. Guys out there, when we mention stuff like this, sometimes we don't always get it implemented right away. Just pressure us. It's okay. Just remind us. All right. So, Sam, thanks. Thanks a ton for showing up. It was kind of short
you're
notice.
welcome.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We'll, if folks want to get, so everybody, part of the reason I had Sam on was because a lot of folks are asking for custom design, stuff, and there's not enough time for me, to do it, and we don't really know too many folks who can do it. And then, I ran into Sam again there's very few, almost nobody who can do it at Sam's level on Catalyst, on the theme we're using. So feel free to reach out to him. We will put the link with the recording of this. You can contact them and just, Sam, you're open to doing quotes if people need custom work done?
Yeah, yep. I'm really expensive, but a lot of what I've been trying to do is figure out how to make an easy system so people can get the work at an affordable price.
Yep.
Yeah,
well,
I really like helping folks out. I spent 10 years running nonprofit organizations, and whatever I can do to help people out is it's what I like to do. So.
Yeah. So you're pretty booked up, but if people really want to pursue Sam, he's sort of available. So.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, Josh. If you have nothing else to add.
Okay.
We can close it down?
Yep. I would say let's wrap it up, and we'll talk to everybody real soon.
Okay. Have a good one, Sam. Josh.
Okay.
Thanks, Sam.
Yeah, it'd be fun to talk to other people. Give me a call. All right.
Thanks.
Bye.